Life has a way of teaching us lessons wrapped in heartache, and sometimes the most painful chapters lead to the most profound growth. My name is Chattering Whitmore, and today I'd like to share the story of a woman named Eleanor. A story of love, loss, and the strength we often don't know we possess until we need it most. My name is Eleanor. I'm 30 years old. I lived a quiet, fulfilling life in Bath, England. I had a job I enjoyed at the local library, a warm Georgian home with ivy on the walls, and a husband I adored. His name was Thomas. We had been together for nearly 10 years. I believed we were happy. At least, I wanted to believe it. One Friday evening, I was setting the table for supper. I'd made his favourite ellum stew with rosemary. But Thomas was late. He'd been late a lot recently. I had this uncomfortable feeling in my chest, like something was quietly breaking inside me, but I pushed it aside. When he finally walked through the door, his expression was unreadable serious, distant. He didn't kiss me. He didn't even smile. He just sat down at the table and said the words that would change everything. "We need to talk." My hands trembled as I set the ladle down. I tried to breathe, but something felt wrong, deeply wrong. "I don't love you anymore, Eleanor." His voice was calm, too calm, but to me his words screamed. I felt the air leave the room. The clink of the spoon against the bowl echoed like thunder. I couldn't speak, couldn't ask why. I simply stared. My heart had always been, Hisho, could he set it down so easily? Then came the second blow. I've met someone else. Just like that. A decade of memories reduced to a single sentence. I stood. I couldn't sit across from him, not while my world was cracking. I asked, "So what now?" His answer, "I'm leaving." He packed a single suitcase. I watched him silently from the armchair, tears streaming down my face, but I didn't wipe them. I let him see what he was leaving behind. His books, his cufflinks, even the silly mug that said, "#1 husband." He took them all. And then, without a single backward glance, he walked out. I listened to his car fade down the cobbled street. Then the silence came, the kind of silence that hums in your bones. I cried. I wept until there was nothing left in me. I curled up with my own arms around myself like they were the only ones left to hold me. The pain was enormous, physical, like a storm inside my chest. The next morning, I woke and reached instinctively for his side of the bed. It was cold, empty, and then it hit me all over again. I walked through the house, haunted by absence, his scent gone, but his presence lingering like a ghost. The days that followed were cruel. Food lost its flavour, nights stretched endlessly. I smiled at work, nodded during meetings, answered emails, but inside I was shattered. People said, "Time heals all wounds." I nodded politely. I didn't believe them. And then, one day, I saw him in town, outside a cafe. He was laughing with earthy woman he left me for. She was young, vibrant. He looked relaxed, at peace. He looked happy. He saw me. Our eyes met. I saw something flicker regret, pity. I didn't stay long enough to know. I turned and walked away. I didn't cry, not then. But later I did. A different kind of quieter, more resolute, because I realized something. He was gone, and I was still here. The next morning, I took off my wedding ring and made myself breakfast, eggs and tea. I sat by the window, watched the morning fog lift from the hills. It still hurt terribly, but I was breathing. I was surviving. And one day, I would be more than that. One day, I would be thriving. Eleanor's story reminds us that even when everything falls apart, there is strength in the silence, power in letting go, and beauty in beginning again. If you're going through something similar, know this: you're not alone and you will rise. Sometimes the hardest endings create space for the most beautiful beginnings. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe. Here on this channel, we believe in the power of stories to heal, uplift, and connect. Until next time, take gentle care of your heart